Hi guys, today I'm playing Motherly. Quione starts questioning her role as a mother after disturbing events force her to choose between her two sons. Alright, let's start. It's 10 a.m., the sunlight shines through the curtains. I open my eyes and look to my side and find an empty spot where my husband once was. He must have woken up early and taken the kids to school as usual. All that's left for me is to wake up and start my daily routine. Ugh, I really should get a new bed. This mattress is killing me. I say to no one but myself, once you get used to being a stay-at-home wife, talking to yourself is a welcome habit. I stand by my dresser and pick out something to wear, giving a quick look in the mirror to make sure everything is in place. As a self-proclaimed best mom in our neighborhood, I had an image to keep up. Breakfast can wait. First, I need to finish some chores. What were they again? Sue Dorian's costume cook for the book club meeting. Let's see Dorian's costume. That's right, Dorian wanted me to mend his costume. I can't believe his school allowed him to take it home. They should be more cautious with kids. After searching all around his room, I've managed to find it. Now to sit in a comfortable chair and get this over with. Get thread through the needle. Stitch. Doesn't take long for me to stitch it right back. Good as new. There's still some time before lunch. Should I do something else? Good for the book club meeting. They only arrive at 5 p.m., but I should have things ready beforehand. Never know when there might be a blackout or Victor forgot to pay the water bill. Ugh, I'm digressing. Although I don't think I would be able to live down the embarrassment if something went wrong. The super mom having an awful evening would be the subject of gossip for days. Let me look at my grandma's recipe book. What should I choose for today? Zucchini muffins, blackberry cake. Absolutely blackberry cake. A great option for a casual meeting. The main dish is literature discussion after all. I'm sure they'll be fine with anything. Into the oven they go. I should set a timer. Oh, who might it be? It takes me a few minutes to find my phone. For some reason, it was in between the sofa's cushions. Once I check it, there are 2 missed calls. Call the school. Let's call the school. Great about the book club. Hello, Miss Evans? Hello? Can you come to the school? Dorian has gotten himself in trouble again. Can't you let this one pass? I'm busy at the moment. I'm afraid not. He was caught fighting some of his classmates during recess. I tried calling your husband, but there was no answer. Due to the severity of the offense, I don't want to discuss anything further on this phone call. I'll wait for you to come pick him up. Great. So Dorian is in trouble again. I observe the school and see my son standing at the entrance with the principal by his side. Dorian, why did you have to get into trouble again? As I mentioned on the phone earlier, he and his friends were sent into detention for starting a fight against one of their classmates. We're lucky one of the staff members arrived just in time to stop them. Is it true? I didn't join them. Listen, we can't keep excusing his behavior. If it happens one more time, we will be required to take more severe measures, especially considering this isn't the first time Dorian has done something like this. You don't have to worry. His dad and I will talk to him and resolve it. I hope that's true. I should get back to school and talk to the other students involved in this case. The principal leaves. Get in the car, now. We still have to pick up Aiden on our way home. I can't believe you embarrassed me like that. What am I supposed to tell the other parents? Okay, back. Dorian remained silent and entered the car right after I did. Dorian silently sulked while we were on the way to get Aiden. I had to call to inform the teacher that Aiden will have to leave his class earlier. When I got there, he was waiting for me with a sad look on his face. Hey son, hop in. Okay. He entered the car as well. Buckle up, we should be home soon. What is that sad look? Did I interrupt something? No, it's not that. Well, it looks like neither of them are talking. It wasn't a long trip from their school to our home, but with an overactive mind like mine, 1,000 thoughts came rushing by. Why was it that I could not shake the feeling that I had forgotten something? Shit. Damn, the oven! Oh, the oven. That's why I should never leave for double checking everything. God damn it. It shouldn't have been that long. I flew slammed on the gas pedal. We had to get there as soon as possible. Could the kitchen be on fire? What if I had nothing to serve at the book club? It was all my fault. Man, you're concerned about the book club. As we arrived, I hopped out of the car. Stay here. Mommy? I ran to the door, opening it at once and... Whoa, careful. Honey, is everything okay? I wasn't feeling so good, so I decided to work from home today. It's alright, I turned off the oven. Ugh. Before I could say anything else, this kid stepped in, worried looks on their faces. Please, not a word, just go to your rooms. I don't think they like her that much. They didn't look pleased, but they complied and headed upstairs. Is something wrong? No, it's fine, really. We can talk after dinner. I didn't expect to see you so soon. Just ordered pizza for you and the boys when the book club meeting starts. If you say so. Anyways, I'll be upstairs too. He didn't even kiss me before turning back, but I suppose I shouldn't be upset about it. If it weren't for him, I'd probably be forced to feed the other book club members Flavor Dash. The meeting was fast approaching, but I wanted to see how the boys were doing first. Let's go upstairs and talk to Dorian. Right? See what actually happened. It was time to check on Dorian and see what he had to say about today's incident. It's open. I walked in and stood there with my arms crossed. He wasn't looking at me, but I could see a bitter expression on his face. Hey, son. I'm sorry, Mom. Why do you keep getting involved with those kids? I told you they aren't your friends. They are. They like to have me around. They're fun, usually. Besides, you always tell me how you used to be a wallflower in school. I don't want to be a loner. It isn't fair to compare our childhoods. It was a different time and we were different people. Plus, I've changed a lot too since then. I have your father, you, and Nathan, who's always very well behaved. Sorry, it's not fair to compare you two. I know you're a good kid at heart. I'm just worried about what other people would think with you always getting into fights. I'm sorry too. It's just when I try to fix things with you, it always seems like we drift apart. It would be easier if Dad came to talk to me. He would understand. I knew he didn't like her. You had your chance, but you chose the silent treatment with him. Though if you insist, I'll tell him to come by. But remember, I'll always be your mom. No matter how much we seem to drift apart, you can open up to me. I'll listen. I'll think about it. Thanks for coming, anyway. I turned around to leave the room. Don't forget to close the door. Sure. By the way, I'll ask your dad to bring the pizza to your room when it arrives. See you later. I close the door and head downstairs. Quione, darling, we are waiting. Oh, Megan. Should I have asked what Aiden? We'll see. Coming. I opened the door and there they were. Pleasure to meet you. Oh damn, I didn't have the time to buy something for her. I can notice Megan was disappointed, but now it's too late to go back. Oh my god, these women are kind of annoying. Why don't you come inside? We could talk more then. I noticed Jenny seemed disappointed too. Maybe I should have been more thoughtful? Oh, we didn't know someone else was gonna come. Let's save right here. Let's see. We all accommodated ourselves in the living room. After a few rounds of sweets and rinds, it was time for Megan to properly introduce our new member. Tonight, we're inducting a new member into our club. I must say, I never thought we would have such a successful community when I first decided to open a book club for the mothers of Lily Valley. But it was my idea. It's fine. I wouldn't call her out since I'm still the one people looked up to anyway. Quione, my right hand, has always been amazing ever since the beginning by giving me her support and allowing us to use her home for our bi-weekly meetings. And for that, I'm very grateful. We should have a drink to celebrate. Yes. I looked around, but it turned out the bottle I brought was already empty. We didn't have more wine at home, so I need to improvise. What else would a refined middle-aged woman be into? I'll be right back. Like they're talking crap about her behind her back. I rushed to the kitchen and looked for something in the fridge. Milk, yogurt, orange juice? Yeah, that would do. Huh? What? What was that? I went to check and both Aiden and Dorian were downstairs. Megan had blood on her hands. How? Confront Aiden, confront Dorian. What? How do I make this decision? How would I know either of them? Let me see. Confront Aiden, confront Dorian? Aiden? Aiden, what do you do? It was Dorian. He came running downstairs and stumbled. He... Oh no, he was about to cry. It's okay, deep breath. He's lying. He told me to do that, I swear. What exactly did he tell you to do? He dared me to surf downstairs with our pillow. I didn't know your friend would be standing right next to the stairs. That was dumb. It's alright, I'll take her to the hospital. Doesn't seem to be too bad. Just be careful next time, kids. He's the one who's lying. Yeah. Shut up. Both of you go to your room. Megan, I'm so sorry. If there's anything I can do, let me know. The boys ran upstairs with sad faces. There wasn't much I could do to please them. I should be focusing on Megan. Whatever, let's just get out of here. Janice took Megan to her car, and the other guests took the cue to leave as well. I was shocked. It had to be an accident, right? Just what was going on today? Yeah, why aren't they like anyone else saying anything? What a disaster. After they left, I had to clean up the mess. The boys did help me, but once again, they were silent. I felt like I was there just to fix their messes. I shouldn't feel lonely. I have a beautiful family yet. Yes, it must be a phase. Everything will go back to normal soon. We're all done here. Can we go back to our room now? Oh, sure. Sorry, Mommy. Just leave me in peace, and don't forget to brush your teeth. Both headed upstairs. After throwing away the trash, I also went back to my room. Victor? Oh, hey, sweetie. How was the meeting? Didn't you hear the commotion? Of course not. It went horribly. Megan had to be taken to the hospital to get stitches on her hand. Oh, really? Damn, I hope she's okay. He sounds so cold and lifeless. What happened to my husband? It wasn't like that when I married him. What were you doing anyway? Work. Okay, do you want to talk about it? So, I had a rough day. I'll just hit the sack now. Good night. Okay, your husband's just there. He slowly made his way to the bed. I know must have been extremely exhausted from work, but he never told me why he wasn't feeling so good. Soon he was out like a light. What went wrong with them today? I decided to sleep as well. Hopefully things will get better tomorrow. There's always hope for tomorrow. Where would this be coming from? Check on Dorian? Honey, how is he feeling? He isn't breathing. We have to call an ambulance. I'm on my way. Make sure he's safe, okay? On Earth so quickly? In a blink of an eye, the scene changed. We were now at what seemed to be a hospital. It was strange. The smell was very familiar to me, yet the vision was so blurred that I couldn't see straight. We don't know his condition yet, but I promise we are doing our best to figure it out and find a cure. Oh God. I'm just so tired of being scared of losing my son. It'll be alright. We have to trust the doctors and pray hard enough for him to recover soon. As the words exited my mouth, the room suddenly went pitch black. After a minute or so in pure darkness, Dorian is seen in front of me. His skin was white as snow and his eyes were like two black holes. Son, everything comes with a price. What? Seemed like a bad dream. I clenched my heart tight. Why did it feel so real? Are they really okay? I have to check on them. I rushed to the room to find him safe and sound asleep. Thankfully, it really was a dream, but it did no good towards my anxiety. I should drink a glass of water and calm down. It was just a nightmare. As embarrassing as it was, maybe I should call my therapist again? No, I'm just stressed. It's a very alarming dream to have, though. I go downstairs and enter the kitchen, pour myself a glass of water, I take a few deep breaths and intercalate it with sips. The heck is that? But then, that's when I saw it. The hell? I couldn't see what it was, but its glowing eyes were staring at me. A sense of dread overcame me. All I could do was freeze in place, waiting for it to go away. After what felt like hours, the child walked away and I ran upstairs. I entered my room, closed the door, and then began to cry. Quione, is that you? Yes? Are you okay? I don't know, I think I had a nightmare. That was what it was, right? Just a nightmare. It seemed pretty real to me. Oh honey, come here. Are you having nightmares again? Why didn't you say something sooner? I went back to bed and Victor held me in his arms. It was the first time this week that he showed me some affection towards me. Guess my concerns were pure paranoia again. Let's try to get some rest, okay? Try not to think about it. I closed my eyes and rested my head on my pillow, slowly falling asleep to the sound of my husband's voice. When morning came, I opened my eyes and reached for Victor, but he was already getting ready for work. Are you leaving already? I have to go to work earlier today, so please take this kid to school. Also, I think Janice from the book club called you to meet up today. You should call her back. Janice, right. Victor was quiet again, as if what happened last night never happened, maybe even more distant than before, and for some reason he kept rubbing the back of his neck. Did you hurt your neck yesterday? Let me see. No, I'm good. Just a little stiff. Victor, I'm going. Okay, he opens the door and leaves, not looking back. Mommy! You guys seem like roommates. Oh, what is it this time? Oh, I thought she was asking what time is it. I get up and exit the room. Following the voice towards the kitchen, there was Aiden. Why did Dad leave? I thought he was going to work from home again. Not today, but on the bright side, I get to take you to school so you get to spend more time with me. Yay, I'll tell Dorian about it. He'll be so jealous. Come on now, be good to your brother. Is Dorian awake? He didn't want to come downstairs. Want more pancakes for you then? No, my pancakes are yours. You have been so tired lately. You need to eat so you can grow stronger. It's not good when mother is tired. She needs to be healthy. Alright, I'll take more care of myself. But you do know I can't grow taller than what I already am, right? Adults don't grow. What? But I'm doing better today. I'll even go out today with a friend while you're at school. Are they really your friends? That sounds like fun. I wish I could have more friends to play with. You know what? I'll take you with me. It'd be nice for you to go out for a change. After that nightmare, I wanted to be close to him. I don't feel it's safe to leave him alone just yet. Just don't tell your dad that I let you skip school today. Yay! I'll be a good boy and wait for you then. I'll also grab Dorian. He cheerfully went upstairs to drag his brother to the kitchen. I'd never seen a kid like that, always so happy to be with his mom. Ugh. I feel a sharp pain in my neck. Was it the mattress again, or... It was the eyes. They were still in my mind. Was someone really here last night? Mommy? I'm on my way. We all made our way to the car, the boys were quiet, and I felt I was talking to myself in my head. This routine was slowly grinding me into a pace, but it felt like it was impossible to stop. Have fun with Aiden today. When he said that, I came back to reality, finally realizing that we had just arrived at school. Just stay away from trouble. I love you, okay? He nodded and left, and after that I turned the wheel and drove us straight to our meeting point. Aiden seemed to be way more excited than me. Did you know Janice and the principal adopted a kid this year? Oh, where did you hear that? Dorian told me this morning. She's my age. Maybe we could be friends? That sounds like fun. Let's see if the odds are on our side. It really would be nice if Aiden were to meet a new friend. Perhaps I would even feel better knowing that he had someone else to count on. I decided to text Shanice and tell her if it would be possible for her to bring her daughter to the meeting. Hey, look out! Oh my god, you're texting while driving. I shouldn't text while drive. Thankfully, the text was sent and the car was intact. Mommy, eyes on the road, please. Give me your cell phone right now. No picking while driving. Okay, you're right. I handed in my phone and I wanted to set a bad example. We stop by the cafe and the first thing we see is Janice and her daughter right at the entrance waving at us. Hey Quione, I see you brought a little gremlin with you. And Captain Hook. He proudly showed his favorite toy to her. He's so cute. I didn't know we could bring toys with us. And who is your little princess? That's Evelyn. Aiden likes Evelyn. Hello Aiden, can I play with your teddy bear? Alright kids, you two can play together at the park while I talk to Quione. I feel like I'm saying her name wrong. Please correct me if I'm saying her name wrong. Go have fun. We didn't think twice before running into the park. It was right outside the cafe, so I still had a good view of them. Funnily enough, they decided to sit and talk. When Dorian was young, all he wanted to do was play. Well, it seemed like Aiden was talking through his teddy bear, and somehow everyone seemed to understand his every word. Seems they hit it off well. Indeed, Aiden sometimes seems too mature compared to other kids his age, so I'm glad he's having a nice time. Why did you call me here today? Is it about Megan? Oh no, Megan is fine, don't worry about her. I asked you here because I wanted your advice. So my wife and I adopted Evelyn a couple months ago, but being a mother is so difficult. And everyone in the neighborhood knows when it comes to being a mother, you're the best there is. I work at home, so I am able to keep an eye out for her. But even so, it feels like I haven't gotten that big connection. Don't worry about not giving off the best first impression after that dinner to Megan. Between you and me, your kids are way more well-behaved than hers, especially that little angel Aiden. If anyone can help me understand how kids work, it must be you. Oh, I'm not that impressive. I know the boys must look like troublemakers sometimes, but they have good hearts. Just that Dorian has made some bad friends this year. So, I guess there just isn't a way to completely protect them from the bad influences, Unfortunately not. But we try to give them advice and be there for them. If things take a back turn, like a safe harbor, I would say. It was odd to be sharing these thoughts with someone who understood. We had a book club meeting every so often, but now I see that we never really talked about anything other than books. But it was nice to just talk to someone normally without having to keep up my image. I see. I want to be that for Evelyn as well. Wouldn't you say it's a natural thing or something you learn with time? Definitely something you learn. As much as we want to have children, we can't actually get the experience beforehand, not even when you have been a mother already. Yeah, that's true. Aiden is very different from Dorian. What works with one doesn't work with the other. So, what would I say is to try to get to know her interests, what she dislikes. Are you alright? Sorry if I'm asking about such a boring subject. No, I just didn't sleep well today, admittedly. Were you worried I begged that much? Something like that. Before I can explain the situation, I felt something pulling at my arm. Aiden, are you tired already? I don't know, Mom. I'm hungry, I think. His eyes looked distant. How was he hungry again? Didn't he just have breakfast? Can you order something for us to eat? Sure, give me a minute. Mom, please, I'm starving. Dick. Okay, sweetie, I'll ask them to bring us a slice of pie. I gave Janice an awkward smile, not wanting her to think I wasn't taking care of my son. Though it brings to question why he was acting so strange all of a sudden. He never embarrassed me like that before. After a couple of minutes, the waitress brought the pie as I asked her to. Aiden grabbed it from her hands and started to munch on it fast. In an instant, it was gone. But his expression didn't change. He was still hungry. Is he always like that? No, not really. Aiden, is everything alright? Do you want me to take you home? Aiden? You made me recall the dream I had that night. Was it my fault that he was getting sick? Did I not protect him enough? Mom? Denise and Evelyn were staring at me, waiting for me to say something. I had to take action. We'll be leaving then. The bill, I should... It's fine, I'll handle it. I hope Aiden feels better soon. That's weird. I took him by the hand and guided him out. Once we arrived home, he was burning up and kept asking for food. Something was very wrong. I sat there by his side as the hours passed and kept looking after him, panicking. I didn't want to end up like... Mom? What happened? We were out with Janice and then suddenly he started to feel ill. His fever has stopped, so I believe he'll feel better soon. Well, if it gets worse, let me know so I can drive him to the hospital. It wouldn't be surprising if he had the same condition Dorian had years ago. It's not that, it's different. How would you know? Just a hunch, their symptoms are different anyway. Let's hope that you're right. Come on, Dorian. Let's leave him alone for a bit. Okay. I waited for Aiden to fall asleep. Once he was in a deep sleep, it was time for me to leave the room. Looking after him took all my energy away. I haven't eaten or drank anything since the morning, so I wanted to allow myself to take a short break. Okay. When I was walking through the corridor, I heard Dorian call me while he was peeking through the door. Mom, do you have a minute? I couldn't help but imagine that something bad had happened again, but I decided to give him the benefit of the doubt. Hey, of course, what is it? So my play is tomorrow at 7 p.m. Do you remember where you left my costume? Oh, true, I stitched it yesterday. Oh, pretty sure I left it in my room. I can go get it for you. No, that's fine, you don't have to. I could see what this was about. Dorian was worried about me, but he didn't know how to express it. Dorian, I'll be fine. It was just a scare. My brother is getting better, and with that, I'll get better too. Right, I feel guilty somehow for adding up all the stress. Sorry if it was my fault. It's not, but you are forgiven. I just thought about how I got Megan hurt for being reckless. Sure, Aiden told me to do it, but I should have been old enough to realize I shouldn't have done that. I'm glad to see you coming around. I'm proud of you. What I mean with that is, I would like you to be there for me tomorrow. Dad has been acting weird lately, and I feel like nowadays all that matters to him is work. I know, at least I think you care, so it would be nice if you can come, Mom. I'll ask your dad to watch over Aiden then. I'll ask your dad to stay with your brother. I've been so busy with Aiden and the book club recently, but it would be nice to spend more time with you. You have no idea how much this means to me, Mom. I know I have been causing problems, but I want to make you proud. And you do. No matter what, I'm always proud of you. I hugged my son, and for the first time in a while, he hugged me back tightly. It was a nice bonding moment, and honestly, it felt like for a second, my mind had been lifted from its haze. And then I started caring so much about looking like a good mother instead of actually being a good mother. Victor spotted us from the stairs, and I let go of Dorian to talk to him. Go get some rest. I'll take care of Aiden while you're asleep. Thank you for taking care of him. I got more experience after last time. I turned around and entered the bedroom, turning off the lights. Uh-oh. That thing. Just when I was about to close the door, I saw those eyes again. They were on the roof, staring at me firmly with either anger or disappointment. I could not tell. I didn't move, and the monster that was staring at me went for the attack. I turned on the lights as fast as I could, but when I did, they were already gone. The window from the room was open, so that must have been its escape route. What? I closed the door and closed the window, opened the door, and left the lights on before I went to sleep. Hopefully Victor was expecting the boy, so I would be at peace in case the monster came back. I felt like the monster was just in her head. I had a deep sleep this time. I couldn't remember any nightmare, but when I woke up, there was a sense of dread. I was sweating bullets, and I had a big headache accompanied by a stiff neck. Victor, are you there? Yes, did you sleep well? Ugh, not really. I held my neck in hopes of making the pain go away, but it just wouldn't stop. Quione? He stepped closer and took my hand out of the way. I couldn't see what was there, but whatever it was made him speechless. What? What is it? Uh, Victor. Wait, I want you to look at my neck as well. Why was he so frightened all of a sudden? I decided to follow his plan and looked at him as well. What the heck? So it's there too. What is that, a bite? It looks like it. You never noticed it before, right? No, it wasn't there before I would have seen it. Did it appear when we were asleep? Maybe, I don't know. I've never seen something like this before. Could it be what? The monster, the one I thought was just a nightmare. A monster? He looked away, skeptical, but I was certain. As hard as it was to believe, it had to be. I was never one to believe in supernatural creatures, but maybe it will explain why Aiden was acting strange as well. What should we do, Color Priest? I'm perplexed, that's all. What about Dorian's play, or about Aiden's condition? Okay, if we're out of the house, they can't reach us, right? That's just an assumption, but it's the best we can do right now. Okay, you can take Aiden to the hospital, and I'll take Dorian to his play. I promised him, after all. Be careful. He kissed me goodbye while he headed to Aiden's room. I went to grab Dorian, and while I was on my way to the car, I hear Aiden crying loudly. Are you sure you want to leave him? He's with your dad. He'll be fine. I held back some tears. I would have to trust that Victor would do his best to keep Aiden safe. Mom, it's okay. You can't put the world on your shoulders. You're right. I can't worry about everything. Today is about you, and so go and break a leg. Alright, I'll do my best. I drove into class, and as I waited for his play to start, I stopped by the mall. Dorian was to be improving, and the least I could do was encourage him to keep on the right path. The time I spent in the shop was a bit therapeutic, and I grabbed a box of chocolate to give him after his play. It made me wonder if Victor and I were overreacting, but we could think of something else when we meet again. But there are circular bite marks on your neck. That's weird and strange. Once time came, I left the building and headed back to Dorian's school. On the way into the theater where all the other parents were gathered. Through the curtains, I could see Dorian peeking out. He looked nervous, but it seemed that my presence somewhat comforted him. You can do it. I muttered just before he was called back and the lights went off. It was time for the show to start. Seemed like the play starred Megan's son as the main lead, with him featuring in every scene of a rather lengthy play. By comparison, Dorian only appeared in a few scenes as an insignificant extra character. Yeah, although he was only given one voice line and his acting was a bit wooden, I could see that he was giving his best, trying to stay in character. Soon enough, the play ended and the curtains fell. As the lights came back on and the audience began to leave, Dorian approached me bashfully, still in costume. I'm sorry I wasn't able to get a bigger part. It must have been embarrassing watching me play such a minor role, especially when I knew some of the other kids of the moms in your book club were starring. That mattered. Don't worry, that doesn't really matter to me. What's important is that I saw you were giving your all, and I'm proud of you for it. Oh, and I got you some chocolate as a congratulations for your first ever play. It's in my purse somewhere, let me just find it. I looked down, it was a message from Victor. Come home now. Oh no. I looked up and waved towards Dorian hastily. What happened? Do we have to go? Yes, your father texted me. He's already home, so that must have been a fast visit to the hospital. Jeez, yeah, that doesn't sound good. I'll tell the director and then meet you at the car. It didn't take long for Dorian to join me in the car. As we approached our home, nothing looked out of the ordinary from the outside, but I had a feeling that once we entered, things wouldn't be pretty. Stay in the... No, I'm coming. I want to help. Stay close to me then. What is going on? I opened the door and the first thing I saw was Victor on the floor unconscious, with an even bigger bruise on the back of his neck. What? Victor! Dad! We approached him in a hurry. Thankfully he was still breathing, but that brings the question, was the monster here with him? And where was Aiden? Those questions would be swiftly answered when the monster finally stepped out of the shadows and revealed its grotesque appearance. You came. Stay away. Where are you? Mom, what the hell is that? Where's Aiden? I'm right here, brother. Don't you recognize me? So the monster was Aiden after all. I couldn't believe what was in front of my eyes, my baby. Did you do that to your father? I couldn't contain myself. I was too hungry. It's not enough, but I should be able to talk to you, for now. You say you're Aiden. What happened to you? Why did you change? Change? I never changed. There's no point in playing charades. Aiden died, don't you remember? Or did you really delude yourself that I was the real one? Wait, you knew about this? Why was this thing pretending to be Aiden? It was right. I had shoved the truth into the deep, dark recesses of my mind. I repressed it the best I could, but I should have known better. I should have known that there was no replacement, no way to keep living the beautiful life I had wanted. You and your brother were sick, Dorian. That night at the hospital, Aiden didn't make it, but when I turned away from the body, there was a new baby there. It looked just like him, and it was healthy and perfect. I told myself to believe that losing Aiden was just a bad dream. I had no idea. I don't know what to say. I am grateful for everything you did. Believe it or not, I was happy, but I need your energy to survive. My hunger is stronger than my love for this family. It's animalistic. It's my instinct. No need to be nice to food. One is down, now take the other. He's right. I'm sorry, Mother. I started to step closer. I could feel his warm breath, ready for his next meal. No. Dorian stepped in front of me with his arms wide open. I don't care about what you want. You tricked us. You don't deserve to call her mom. Despite what I had done, Dorian still wanted to protect me. At that moment, I was not sure if I was more proud of him or ashamed of myself. I had let my insecurities and my grief cloud my judgment, but now my mind was crystal clear. He's right. I won't allow you to distort this family any further. The monster looked perplexed, as if he was expecting this outcome. Very well, I will take it by force then. I pulled Dorian by his arm and ran, as the monster chased after us. But it seems like it was not in its full strength yet, so he still had the upper hand. Sprinting into the bedroom, I locked the door behind us. Hopefully it was to buy us enough time to come up with a plan. What should we do? Is there anything we can use to defend ourselves with? I don't know. God. We searched every corner of the room, but the best weapon we found was a slightly broken hairbrush. What will happen if it gets to you? Will you end up like that? I don't know. I really don't. The monster started slamming against the door. I could hear it creaking and cracking. Then there was a loud smash. Ah, there you are. At each step they took forward, we took two back, but eventually we found ourselves standing with our backs pressed against the window. I promise I'll make this quick. You won't suffer. I looked at Dorian and held his hand. If this was going to be my last moment, then I was glad he was by my side. Mom, I love you. The monster launched forward, and that's when Dorian pulled me down as the creature went flying above our necks. It hit the glass violently, sending shards everywhere, but by some miracle, Dorian and I were mostly unscathed. The creature that was once my son lay crumpled on the pavement below, contorted in pain. It was in no condition to attack us anymore, but I had one last thing I needed to do. Running down the stairs and out of the house, I grabbed the monster by its scruff and began to drag it towards the kitchen. It seemed to immediately know my plan and desperately tried to fight its way out, but my grip was iron with conviction. Opening the oven door, Dorian and I shoved the thing inside and cranked the temperature dial all the way up, ignoring its pleas for mercy. Tears running down my eyes as I began to chant the last rites I had ever given Aiden. As the screams got louder and louder, so did my voice until suddenly there was silence. Opening the oven door revealed that was all that was left of the monster with some ashes. Dorian, thank you. I know that Aiden is gone, you miss him. I promise me you won't look back. I need you as well, and I want you to be okay, alright? I promise. Thank you for caring for me, even when I wasn't being much of a mother. There was still one thing left to do. We went back to the living room and checked on Victor's condition. Thankfully, he was still breathing, so we called the ambulance and took him to the hospital. A few days later... my head. How are you feeling? As well as I can be. I still can't believe any of that was true, though I'm glad it's over. I wanted to say sorry. I should have said something sooner. I didn't believe in myself, but that didn't mean I should have left you in the dark. No, it wasn't just you. I was in the wrong as well. Truth is that I wanted to believe you too, so I just ignored everything and focused on my work instead. That way I was able to dull myself enough to where I could avoid the truth by never thinking about it as well. But now I can see it now that I was being selfish, only caring about myself when you needed me. I realized too late that you were hurting as much as I was. Let's take this as a new start. I still love you. I just want us to get closer like it was before. Can you do that for me? Absolutely. I love you as well. After he was fully recovered, we talked about things through and decided to move to another house, one that wouldn't bring any bad memories. I went back to therapy and I was slowly finding a way to let go from the past, and Dorian decided to devote more time into the theater. He's still to become a lead, but with the support of both Victor and I showing up to every play, he's become a rather invaluable part of the supporting cast, if I do say so myself. What had happened could never be undone, but with the help of my family, I knew I was heading into the right direction. Aiden will never be forgotten, but one thing I learned from that whole situation is that I didn't have to appear to be the perfect mother for everyone else. All I needed to be was a good mother for my family. Good ending. Okay, so that was a good ending. So what I'm getting from this story is that when I call the character Quione, she wasn't able to let go of the fact that her son Aiden died when Dorian and him were sick, and she tried to replace him in a way, like pretend that he was still there, and her husband shutting himself off from them was his way of like coping with his death. It wasn't right then, but you know, he's coping with his death. But like, the monster bit is what I'm not understanding. I'm trying to understand that. Let's look on the itch.io page to see what other people say. It's about loss. Yeah. And she was trying to like keep up appearances with everyone. Like the way she was saying like, oh, I don't like how my children embarrass me. She didn't want people to think that she was a bad mother basically. But she wasn't really acting like a mother. I can relate to that with my own mom, but you know, yeah. I got the good ending. I really don't want to say the bad ending since I got the good ending. You know, that's all good for me. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Bye.